Hey guys, Jack here, back with another video. Hope everyone's having a great day. So today's I'm going to do the full-length video on the process of tedding, which was done. So as I said before, it weren't my boss. It weren't me doing it. It was my boss, Raking, or one of the people I worked for. But basically, what raking does, tedding, is it basically turns over the hay to then face the wet side upwards towards the sun. So then you can it can remove the moisture, it can evaporate, it can dry up a bit, and then once that's all dried out, come nice and dry for making hay, you then go over it again and you dry up the other side. And depends who's doing it and what the weather's like. Sometimes you do it a few times, sometimes you'll do it a bunch of times. All depends what works for which person's system and what the weather's doing. So as I said before, if you don't properly get the hay to the correct moisture, it can actually end up fermenting in the middle, which then can cause it to start fermenting and rotting down, which can then, what that does is that generates heat, and that'll be in the centre of the bale, and eventually it starts heating up more and more to the point it can end up spontaneously combusting, and that can end up causing fires in barns that can burn down your whole lot of hay. It can burn down buildings, but you'll end up seeing the hay smoking and all sorts, so it's not a good thing. But you definitely want to make sure that you get the correct moisture level on your hay, which can be done through testers, or it can just be done by eye if you know what you're doing and what you're looking for. I don't completely know because it's my first time doing hay, honestly, but this guy said that he does it by when the grass kind of turns to a dust, when all the wettest bit will start kind of breaking apart nicely and just kind of going to a dust, breaking apart the leaves of it. So that's how he tests it, and it's looking pretty good here. So yeah, it's looking good. We end up getting a really big yield off of these fields as the weather held us back from being able to cut it, so it was cut a month late. And the swaths on it, which is what you get when you rake it up into nice uniform lines for the baler, it ended up being like knee high, and we had to go slower just to even be able to have it go through the baler without it blocking up. So we definitely got a lot. We were meant to get off the land, he usually gets about 230, 250 bales. This year he ended up getting about, I think it was 450. So that 1 month did end up giving a big improvement, but it would have also ended up meaning that he'd have lost some of the grazing ground, which would have grown back by that point. So, it's not always just a straightforward positive. There's positives that go alongside with negatives, but all in all, it worked out fine. So, no complaints. But it was a great time being able to get these videos. They were nice tractors, to be fair. Deutz for Haar. Never used them before, but to be fair, they were good tractors. Same for the Massey I used. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Please consider subscribing, really does help out. Smash that like button, leave a comment what you want to see in future videos, and I'll catch you on the next one.
as nails, where the wind cuts sharp and the weak boys bail. I felt the dirt, I've tasted steel, but I ain't never bowed and I never will. Got a backbone carved out of red clay pride, and a fight that don't quit when it's tested or tried. You can bet your last dime and your name on a stone, this fighting heart don't break, it owns. I was built for this, for the blood and sweat, for the long shot odds and the no-name bet, for the nights that burn and the mornings rough, for the pain that pounds but ain't ever enough. Yeah, I'm cut from the grit, from the hammer and hiss. You can't stop what was born for the risk. I'm not just standing, I exist, 'cause I was built for this. Don't need luck when the storm rolls in. I ride that thunder like it's born within. Been down to nothing, still I rose, with nothing but truth in my callous soul. Ain't no map for the path I ride, just a six-gear faith and a flame inside. You can count me out, but you'll count wrong. I don't crack, I just